You're watching SKST Radio.
Well, welcome to the final episode of SKST Radio, the Cammie Grayson Show. This is the final season 3, headed into season 4, and I have two beautiful, handsome young men hanging out with me tonight. Woo, I am the luckiest girl on earth right about now. We have James Ford and Eric Nolan. You guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Mr. James Ford is a director and Mr. Eric Nolan is a director, and they have a new movie that they want to talk about today. Tell us, guys, what do you got?
Well, we have the movie. It's a Tubi original called What Happens in the Dark. As you can see behind me playing on the screen, and then also the part of the poster that's behind Eric's background there.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about the movie.
Well, you want to start it off, Eric, or you want me to do it?
No, go ahead. Okay, all right. I've been talking for an hour.
So, What Happens in the Dark is a drama thriller. It's about a character. His name is Trevor, and Trevor, he's done a lot of bad things in his past, and he's going through regretting some of it, and he's trying to figure out what he's doing and trying to get out of this. But somehow he gets kidnapped and buried alive, and so now he's trying to figure out who the person that did that to him. So,
wow,
that's kind of is in a nutshell, but I don't want to give it all away.
Gotcha. Okay, so Eric, what is your part in this movie?
Well, I mean, James and I, we started a film company, and we are getting our feet wet in the independent industry, the film industry. My part is, well, basically, by this being our first movie, and James and I, it started out being a short film.
Okay.
And so when we started out, we got some interest in it. James put together a trailer for the short film, and so people started liking the trailer, and they came to us and said, if you turn this into a feature film, we might can do some business. Okay. So it was because it was a short film. So now James and I had to go back to the drawing board, try to figure out how can we make this a feature film, because it wasn't mine or James' baby. It wasn't like something that we had put together. It was just something that fell in our lap. So now we had to put together this movie to go along with this trailer that James had put together, that we had no movie. James put together this fantastic trailer, and it looked like we had a movie. Yeah, it looked like we had a movie. And so now they're saying, well, we want the movie. So James and I look at each other like, well, we don't have a movie. So we had to figure out how we could put this movie together. And so we wanted to start a film company. And because we had some interest in that movie per se, we just figured we'd piggyback off of that, and we're just going to keep it going. Mm-hmm. And, the two of us, we both got day jobs, and we really want to put a lot of our time into this to try to make this be what we want for our career. You know what I mean? So now James and I, we are writing. We're writing. We got about 6 or 7 movies that we've written together. So we're writing. James is I use the word teaching loosely. He's teaching me the directing part of it. You know what I mean? Because James directed this one. And so we want to have our hands in everything. So, we're going to try to do as much as we can, and we're putting a team around us to be able to implement what we see.
Gotcha.
James and I, we're basically on the phone almost every day, every other day, and we're trying to fine tune different scripts, getting actors and actresses, and him and I are on hands on daily of everything that's happening with J Films. So I'm whatever it is that James is doing, I'm doing. So we're both, our title was like identical, the same. Neither one of us is doing more than the other.
Right.
We both got our hands in it. And see, the great thing about it, even when it comes to music and selecting the music and putting music in the, in the movie and all of that stuff, even though I'm into music, but James used to be into music too. So James had his own studio. Actually, I bought my recording studio from James because he had 3 of them. He had 3 recording studios.
Wow,
So
James.
I bought two of my recording studios came from James.
Wow.
But because he was heavy into music at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so it works out because he can piggyback off me. I can piggyback off him.
Right.
And it's just we day to day.
Yeah. Well, so it sounded like you guys really gel. How did y'all get to know one another? How did this relationship form?
So like Eric said, I had a studio, and Mark Gordon from Levert had came down and was recording, and he brought Eric down, and Eric was being nonchalant. I was like, man, I know you from somewhere, and he was like, nah, you don't know me. I was like, you singing something? And I was like, hey, I know you from somewhere, and I just kept working the board, doing whatever, and then it finally came to me, and I had seen him on the Unsung. So, and I was like, wait a minute, you was on the Unsung with Gerald Levert Unsung. And I turned around and looked, and I was like, you do it. And then he was like, oh, I am, that's who I am, So he always tried to be nonchalant about who he is.
Yeah.
You gotta tell people who you are. And so that's how we started. And then, as he said, we became close, and we started to, just gel. And it was like, all right, well, I want to do this with the music. I'm like, okay, man, I could do this, I could do that. You want to do this? Okay, let's talk about this. And we just kind of, became like brothers, which is instant, we when that day happened back, I think it was 2010, 2011, we just was joined at the hip at that point. So
yeah, James did all the, and like I said earlier when I was telling you in the other interview, if you go on YouTube and you pull up any of the Eric Nolan music except for On My Way, James did all of the videos. So we started doing videos together. So, and I was talking about this today at lunch. James has this thing that I'm probably the only one that does this to him, but he has this thing where he needs a treatment for the video. Me, I'm more organic, so I go off of feel. So I don't. So when we do this, the videos, I'm running James crazy because he's like, "Can I please just have a treatment, James? Please just follow my lead. Just follow my lead, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out all right." And then once we shoot it, and then James edit it, he does all the editing. So once he puts it together, we might see something might stay too long or stay too short, or we pull this together, put that together. So we hands on with each other and we feed off of each other. But James, for the most part, he kind of gets inside my head and try to pull out what I'm thinking because I don't ever write it down. You know what I mean? I don't ever write it down. I always just tell him what I'm trying to get. And we've shot some pretty good videos. If you, like I said, if you go on YouTube and you pull up, you'll see some of the work we've done.
Wow. So what was the hardest part about making this happen? I mean, so now you guys have found what you guys do well together, and then you decided to do this full-fledged film. What was the hardest part about getting all this together?
I think one of the hardest parts was turning that short into a feature film. Because Tubi, they require a certain amount of minutes. And the way we shot the movie, that movie should have just been an hour long. So now we got to stretch parts. We got to stretch parts, pull parts in, and try to make it what was it, James?
85 minutes.
85 minutes. I think that was one of the most challenging parts. And by this being our first baby, our first film, I should say, our first film, we know now what ducks supposed to be in a row. Where our ducks was like this, one was over here, one's over there, one's over here, one's over there. So we was either going ahead of ourselves or backtracking ourselves or catching up to ourselves. So now we know all of the things that needs to happen, and we got the people that we know we can go to get it done, like the coloring, the sound, the placing it. It's just so many things that take precedent over just shooting the film
Right.
and editing it. So James had he was very meticulous, and that's what I'm crazy about him about that. He's very meticulous about how it looks and how it comes out. So we had to get all of the pieces where other people, they may not color their movie. They may not care about the sound. They may not care about if like we like we saw this movie the other day where the girl had on white panties when she was talking to the guy in the closet. The next thing you know, she had on blue panties and she never left the room.
A little
You know,
detail.
yeah. I mean, what it's funny that the Tubi watchers, they watch a movie to see where you messed up. They
Yeah.
don't watch the movie to see if it's they might go with the good movie thing, but they want to see the holes that you got in that movie. And that's what they look for. And I don't know. I think that's one of the challenging parts.
Yeah. Because you're under a microscope, right? So once you get it out there, you got who was the guy that we African American director Wes Miller. Wes Miller. And so he's like up there, and he just did a Bruce Willis movie. I want to say last year or year before last, before Bruce wasn't able to do it. And
Uh-huh.
that's pretty much what he was saying. It's hard for African American men to even get in this field, right? Because you don't see very many of our directors out there. And
Mm-mm.
so, according to Wes, it was like this is like pulling teeth. So for you guys to get where you are right now, this is great. This is a great start. I mean, you got it on Tubi. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
Yeah.
able to do that.
yeah, and that was a good thing because it was one of our first projects, and it became an original. So it was something that they licensed from us. And that was a good thing. So now they got our foot in the door for future projects and things of that nature with them. And then we're just not making stuff for Tubi. We're going to be making it for other streaming platforms and other networks and things. It's just that that one was when they seen the trailer, they just loved it and hounded us ever since.
Right.
To get it done. So yeah, so
Well,
that was a good thing.
that made you accountable, though. So that's good. I mean, so that's a good training start, I want to say. So let me ask you about the scripting. How did that work out?
So the script, this one I had as a short. I helped a buddy out on a film, and I said, "Hey, man, I want you to kind of write this script for us for this short." So he did that. We shot the short. I was working on another movie that's another Tubi original called The Housekeeper, which was also shot here in my hometown of Youngstown, where we shot What Happens in the Dark. And so I met our distributor there, and then also another person that does writing. And so when we decided to do that, we gave her the elements that we wanted and had her, kind of write the script, and then me and Eric tweaked it after all of that was done to get to the point where we're at now. So it was, it wasn't hard, but it was a little tedious process. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So I have a book, and Blue Dot Entertainment tried to pick the book up, right? Well,
Mhm.
I'm a playwright, and I've written a couple of books, but
Okay.
they wanted me to turn it into a screenplay.
Mhm.
I had no clue on how to do that. And they gave me a quick deadline.
Yeah.
So being so what you guys do now, so are you taking scripts, or are you doing things in that classic script format for Tubi? How does that work?
Well, so we're right now, we use Final Draft. So that's, one of the programs that most screenwriters use. There's other ones, but, a lot of them use Final Draft. And so when, if we do something and we have somebody else write it for us, then we get that element into Final Draft. And then that way we can edit and do what we need to do with it. We've talked about looking at others, picking up other scripts and things of that nature from other people. As Eric said, we have, 6 or 7 that's already done and that we're going to put on the line. So, we'll be looking at that kind of stuff. So if people got stuff, they always can hit jfilms23 at gmail.com. And, we can look at it and see if that's something, we want, it fits our brand,
Right. I love it. So we actually have the trailer. Do we have permission to show it?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. All right, let's do it, T-Nice.
Stripe.
I feel great. I feel like things are moving in the right direction. Are you still sore?
Constantly. Doing IVF treatments is my choice. I knew that came with the deal, and I'm fine with it.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
Now we have 16 units we need to fill by the end of this month.
You're late again.
Wait on a couple of pickups. Don't worry, I got you.
Look, big man is getting irritated. And he normally kill people on him 100K, and you are well over that limit.
I'm gonna need a little bit more time.
I'm gonna give you the next Friday. 50K cash.
You owe him that money.
I hear you, Keish, but it ain't that simple.
Everything okay?
It's time to pay up. You got a week to do it. Make it happen.
I don't know, but I think you need to have a serious talk with him and find out what's going on.
I just wanted to let you know that I received a withdrawal request from your husband.
What do you mean?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Big man, gotta hit off of that man anyway for 100K.
Boy ain't gonna live to see tomorrow.
You all think you know him? But you don't.
I love it. I mean, it's like I want to see it. So great job, guys. Great job.
That's my favorite trailer actually.
Is it?
Because we got another trailer for Tubi. It's a little shorter. It don't have the cuss word in it, but that's my favorite trailer. That's why you got it. That's why you got it from me. You didn't get it from James.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. We got the good stuff.
Yeah, ain't nobody got that trailer. Nobody has that trailer.
So let's talk about casting. So how did you do the casting for the roles?
So casting. Well, we started off with our short film, and we were trying to use the same people with that, and some things didn't work out, so we kind of recasted a few of the roles. Hakeem, who's the lead character, he's been in a lot of other movies that's been on Tubi and other platforms. And AG, who plays his wife, actually she's my niece, and she's been talented, from day one. And that's my go-to. So anytime I need something, she's there. And so Eric had mentioned about Alvin Frazier, who plays Manny, and Lexi, who we got, who plays the mistress. She, we kind of found her on backstage casting. And that's pretty much the gist of the characters. And also
Backstage is pretty good. Backstage got a lot of good talent. And so
so that's where we kind of found some of the people and how we came about with it.
Well, guys, y'all going about it the right way. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, we're trying. We want to get better at it. We want to have some. We want to do films that it's not time. Like it's not pigeonholed in the time. You know what I mean? We want something that's going to last, something that you can always go back and watch Fatal Attraction. You can always go back and watch The Burning Bed. You can always go back and watch these films, and it doesn't have a real time stamp on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're trying to make timeless films. That's one of our goals. If we do anything for the now, then it would be something that someone wants us to do, that they want J Films to put their hands on. But for me and James, we're trying to get some timeless films that you can go back and watch 10 years from now.
Right.
That's our goal. Our goal is we want to try to crank out 4 or 5 films a year.
Nice. It's a big goal. So
Yeah, and once we set that up on ourselves, we go after it. We're going after it because we know we can do it.
Right.
We know we can do it. It's not something that we're going to try to do.
Right. You're going to do it.
When we talk to you this time, next year, we will have. When we talk to you this time next year, we will have 4. We'll have 4 movies out and a comedy special.
I love it. Okay, guys, remember this goal that he gave us. We're gonna hold you accountable, Mr. Nolan.
Oh, do that. Hey, how come the trailer worked so well? It worked perfect, didn't it?
Oh no, it's because the other one was too big to load on our system. So T-Nice had to run it from his system, and when we took him off and muted him,
it muted right.
Yeah, so that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why we were able to do the trailer.
So it came out really good.
It did. I was very proud of us. So words of wisdom. So if we had someone that was trying to be co-directors for a film company, what type of words of wisdom would you give them? Start with you, James.
I would say, I had this conversation. I run a filmmakers roundtable is what I call it here. Okay. And this question came up. So you want to learn every aspect of making films. So, if you are a PA, which is a production assistant, whatever it is, first AC, first assistant camera person, whatever it is, you want to kind of learn all those roles. And then once you get to that point, you can actually, say, okay, I want to try to step into assistant directing or co-directing or something like that. So that way, you know what everybody can do and you know what your role is now. You know what I mean? Because it's, filmmaking is hard, and I give everybody props whoever made a film, regardless if it was with their cell phone or whatever. It's very hard to make a film. And if you can do that, I can't say nothing but, praises to you because you accomplished it and you did it. So, don't ever let anything be an obstacle. Just go out and do it. I mean, that's exactly what we decided to do, so, it's just, excuse me, it's just, just being there to do it. I guess that's it.
What about you, Mr. Nolan?
Well, that's to piggyback off what James is saying. James give a nice, what he calls a round table. And I think that whenever you see that posted, on the J Films Facebook page, you should go, because there's a wealth of knowledge in that room that you can also be a sponge. It doesn't matter if if you're going to be a gripper, if you're going to be a gopher, if you're going to be a PA, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You should want to, like James said, you should want to learn all aspects of the film making, because you never know when your number is to be called. Somebody might not show up, and we may need you to do it. Yeah. Well, you can't. You shouldn't. It shouldn't be. Well, man, I didn't train for that, or I don't know anything about that. No, you need to know all aspects of it, so that when your number is called, who knows? you might be a diamond in the rough, and you might be someone that like, you're pretty good.
Right.
We need to keep using you. So, like I said earlier, you got to hone that craft. When you into that mood, and I also said this earlier too, that I'm a sponge. That's why if James is doing something, I want to learn it. I want to know what he knows. You know what I mean? Because if James have to, either one of us, I know if I had to go take a business meeting, James can handle it.
Right.
But James got to feel the same way. He got to feel the same way that if he has to go and do some business with J Films, that I can handle it. It's in good hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So learn every aspect of it, every corner you can. And I'm saying this just as freely as I'm saying it. If you hear about a seminar, if you hear about the roundtable that J Films is giving, you should do whatever you can to get there. Because his last one, the last one he did,
phenomenal.
It was oh yes. I mean, I was the fly on the wall. I was on a Zoom. I was on Zoom because I was ill, so I was on Zoom. But just what I learned just in that time, like you can't get it from nowhere.
Right.
You can't get it from nowhere.
Well, I tell you guys, I'm very proud of you. I applaud you.
Thank you.
Keep going. You have family here in Virginia Beach with SKST Radio Podcast Studios. So if you guys need us for anything, we're here for you, and vice versa.
What we would like to do is when we release something, we would like to come back on to let people know that it's released, or the date or something like that, and you just interview us for that movie.
Done deal.
You know what I'm saying? So because we already know, you got, saying we know you Big Willie up down there in Virginia Beach. We already know. We know who you be.
No, I'm still trying to find my way. I've been here 5 years, and so a lot of people don't like this.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
So I'm in the wrong territory, But other than
Yeah.
that, I think they like us pretty much.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys, I'm going to say our time is up. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys tonight. Thank you for being a part of my season finale show.
Oh, we appreciate you.
Thank you for having us.
Y'all made it so special. And my audience, thank you. We see the stuff popping up. I appreciate you guys following us and being here for us. And again, Dallas Cowboys, somebody just posted.
There you go. There you go.
And so thank you guys so much. You see you got some more things. This is so good.
Yeah,
So our family loves us, and we appreciate all the support that everyone's given us this last few years. And we're going to keep it going. Like you said, just do it. We're the night now. We're just going to do it. 2024, we're going to make it happen.
That's right.
All right. Okay, guys, until next year, I'll see you.
Yeah, man. And next year, y'all look out for Cougar.
There you go. And follow them on social media. I forgot to ask. How do people get in touch with you? I forgot to ask that.
So we have J Films on Facebook.
Okay.
Instagram is not up yet. Let me get that email again. So I'm gonna make sure I'm doing it right real quick. Hold on 1 second here. I believe it's J Films 23. Yeah, JAE Films 23@gmail.com. And so that's the email. And Facebook again is JAE Films, and we're there.
Perfect. Okay, and we didn't do our sponsor identification, so we're going to say goodbye and let you roll those credits for our sponsor identification. Okay, Joe, we love you, guys. I love you. Nice to meet you, and I'll see you next year.
You take care of yourself.
All right.
Happy holidays.
Get worldwide airplay, boost online streaming and sales. Get noticed by major labels like BMG, Sony Music, and Empire. Your videos aired on TV in millions of homes. See what Never Stop Entertainment can do for you. Visit us now at neverstopent.com.